Hello everyone, Nick Leitner here from Meta Canine Academy Dog Training, Southern California's #1 family dog specialist. So here we have Zues, beautiful Aussie Doodle, very reactive with other dogs, especially around his neighborhood. So every dog's different. I like to say some you work inside to outside, some you work outside to inside, being that they could be very bad around the home. So we want to work somewhere else where we can build a muscle memory for good commands, or they can be really bad outside the home, and we would start in the driveway or inside the house to build a muscle memory for a basic foundation of obedience. And so here we're desensitizing with this beautiful German Shepherd, getting him out and about in the world. Here we're working around a dog park. I think this is one of our first sessions, so we're just kind of letting him be, seeing how he behaves. Notice he's pulling a lot, not a lot of control. He did great with this dog, especially surprising because we have a barrier there, and as some of you people know, barrier aggression is a thing. But he did fantastic. Now, had this been at his house, would have been a different story. So it's good to experiment with your dog, kind of make a checklist of what are their triggers, right? Where do they react most? He did fantastic with these dogs walking by. So we had a lot of success working further away from the home, building up a foundation of our core commands. And now you see here, I'm working him around her neighborhood, around the client's neighborhood. And so he did exceptionally well. Very smart dog, very intuitive, astute to recognizing patterns. He's a great pup. The problem is, and this happens very often, when the client and the dog have kind of a toxic relationship and not enough structure. Here he's reacting to another dog. We have a little group class going, and she did a fantastic job at getting his focus and attention back. But sometimes what happens when the client and the dog has an unhealthy relationship is the dog takes on a bodyguard role and tries to protect the client. And as a stranger, I come in, and I call it the stranger effect. I can come in, I start working the dog, and these unhealthy behavior patterns aren't as prevalent. And so what's important is to kind of change and alter the relationship that the client has with the dog by strengthening the obedience, making sure it's solid, around different levels of distraction, scaling up, and then kind of passing the torch to the client and working on her leash control with it, or their leash control with the dog. Get a little closer and turn around and try to get him to heel going the other way. And so you see here, he's very aroused. We have the tail very high up. He's tense, and now we kind of have what I call a puppy tantrum, where he's not getting his way, so he's avoiding. He's stressed out because she's keeping him, rightfully so, keeping him from performing his bad behaviors. And she worked through it and had great success. So you guys got to follow through. This is the most important thing. I have my dog Santino. Another dog distraction, so you must follow through. Do not give a command if you don't intend on following through. If your dog tries to plant themselves or jump on you or bite the leash, keep pushing through. Command and then demand. Make sure that you get your way, because the dog is living in your world. You are not living in the dog's world. Zeus did fantastic right here. I think we even had some dogs run up off leash, which is a pet peeve of mine when dogs are off leash in public spaces, because not all dogs are friendly, especially a lot of the dogs that we work with at Meta Canine Academy. But he did fantastic.
Very nice.